Hey listeners, this is Tetsuo, and welcome to Tetsuo Tells a Story. In this episode, I want to bring awareness to 3 more cold cases in the Hmong community. If you missed the previous Hmong cold cases, it will be linked in the description below. If you have any details or clues that could help with these cases, links will also be provided below. First, I'd like to apologize about the pictures of the victims. I use what is at hand, and sadly, sometimes the only pictures are of their graves, and I by no means mean to disrespect the family. I only want exposure to these cases and hopefully to push them forward. If I said anything wrong or offended you, please let me know. Also, if you'd like to share a better photo, that would be helpful too. Second, I just want to say it was so hard trying to find some sort of information on these cases, especially Hmong cold cases, as many of the details and evidences were either from archival data or from old newspaper clippings and so forth. Alright, let's get on with these 3 Hmong cold cases. Case 1. Pahua Yang, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Sometime during the week of January 12, 2005, Pahua Yang and her older brother Tang walked to middle school together as usual. Tang, however, didn't see his sister during lunch period. After school, he waited to walk home with her, but she never showed up. Scared, Tang quickly walked home and told his parents that Pahua was missing. The next day, one of her parents met up with school officials to talk about her attendance at school. Later details show that a school liaison officer who worked for the park police filed a document indicating that Pahua had simply ran away. 2 days later, on January 14th, 2005, Pahua Yang, a 13-year-old Hmong girl, was found frozen and shot to death in a broken-down van in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The van was parked on Russell Avenue North in the Willard Hay neighborhood. The person who found Pahua, James Demings, said he went to retrieve his coat from his van. He said the van was always locked, but this time it looked like someone pried open a window from the back and unlocked the rear door as it was open ajar. Demings said there were drag marks in the snow next to the van. Autopsy showed that Pahua Yang had been deceased for over a day with a gunshot wound to the head. A month ago, Pahua has indicated that she missed her friend a lot and wanted to transfer school, but her mom suggested for her to stay put as the school semester was almost over and she would have graduated 8th grade. Pahua did tell her mom that she was being bullied in school and that the girls who bullied her always wanted to start something. Another clue to this was that in Pahua's planner, she wrote "no school" on January 11th. This suggested she may have skipped school to hang out at a friend's place. On January 12th, she wrote that she hated a male classmate in a group of friends, and that was the last entry. Pahua's mother, Hang, said she was an obedient and studious and shy girl. Pahua would always wake up early in the morning to get her little brother, Jack, dressed up and ready for school. She would then head back home and get ready herself, always putting her siblings' needs before hers. Pahua would be 29 years old if she was still with us today. Case 2. Tong Tao, La Crosse, Wisconsin. On March 17th, 2003, a little before noon, Tong Tao was found deceased in Nelson Park, which is north of the La Crosse, Wisconsin Municipal Airport. Thao's body was discovered by two people who went to the park to have lunch. Autopsy showed that Thao suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Thao was thought to have been shot around 9 a.m. that day. It is suspected that Thao had gone to Nelson Park to meet with someone. Thao was a married man and was a father to 5 beautiful children. He held a steady job as a welder since 1995. Currently, the case has gone cold. The latest information that I can find on this case was the fact that law enforcement have handed out playing cards that have cold case information on them in hopes that someone will talk.
Contrary to the popular belief, inmates do furnish information. There is no honor among thieves, and if they can better themselves, they will certainly do that. And who would have more information than the people who hang around the people who commit crimes?
Said La Crosse Sheriff Department Captain of Investigation, Kurt Pappenfuss. The picture you see in this video is the card with information to the case. There is one suspect, Philip Schueth, who is accused of stuffing his mother's body into a freezer. He has no job and needed her for money. Schueth has stated that he wanted to kill everyone on French Island, where Nelson Park is located. There has also been other murders in Nelson Park, but police have suggested they're not related to this case. If Tong Tao was with us today, he'd be around 54 years old. Case 3. Moses, Meng and Moua of Yuba County. Moua and Moses Meng were out and about in Xiong's place, an Olivehurst neighborhood in California, when they were killed in a drive-by on June 15, 2005. Olivehurst is described as a quiet place populated with hard-working people. Along with Xiong and Ku, a 22-year-old man and a 14-year-old girl were also shot at, but they survived. Reynoso, one of the neighbors, stated that Xiong's place have been targeted before. A year ago, someone threw a Molotov cocktail at Xiong's place, but it bounced off the garage roof and landed on a neighbor's car instead. Sheriffs have identified a dark-colored car as a vehicle of interest, suggesting that around 20 shots were fired at Ku and Xiong and their loved ones. Ku and Xiong were in 2 separate cars as they were shot at. Moses would have been 33 years old today, and Moua would have been 40. Thank you everyone for listening in on these 3 cold cases from the Hmong community. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Tetsuo Tells a Story. Again, you can find me on YouTube and podcast providers such as Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Do you have a story to tell? Let me know and I can read it to the world. See you in the next episode.